You wouldn't survive 5 minutes at Queen Elizabeth I's dinner table. Not because someone's trying to kill you. Because everything on it already is. Trumpets sound. Candlelight throws shadows across roasted peacock and sugar castles taller than your arm. Underneath all that spectacle, this dinner is quietly working against you. Keep watching, because by dessert, the deadliest thing in the room won't even be something you can eat. The first thing handed to you isn't wine, it's ale before you've even sat down. You'd think that's odd. It's barely past breakfast. But here's the part that should worry you. In Elizabethan England, the water in your cup might genuinely be trying to kill you. Wells sat dangerously close to cesspits, and people kept getting sick without ever understanding why. The safer bet boiled during brewing was ale. Historians still argue about exactly how universal that habit really was. But at this table, nobody's risking it. You drink, not because you're thirsty, but because the alternative might be a death sentence. And that's just the drink. Wait until you see what's on the plate. Here's where it gets interesting. A typical courtier at this table could eat through roughly 5,000 calories a day. Twice what you'd eat now spread across 2 meals, stacked with beef, venison, swan, even porpoise. Sounds incredible. Until you remember, no refrigeration, no expiration dates. No one is checking whether the meat's already turned. And the cookware isn't exactly helping. Much of this is prepared in bronze pots. And if food sits and cools inside one, the copper in that bronze can start leaching straight into your dinner. It won't drop you on the spot. It builds quietly, while you keep eating, completely unaware. So even before anyone tries to poison you on purpose, the kitchen might already be doing it for them. And that's exactly the fear everyone at this table is living with. Because here's something most people get wrong about Tudor banquets. This isn't really about food. It's about fear. One sudden collapse, typhoid, a burst ulcer, anything doctors of the time had no name for. And the whisper starts, poison. And if the queen dies at her own table, it's not just a tragedy. It's a succession crisis. It could mean civil war, so Elizabeth's court built an entire ritual around it. Every plate gets wiped clean first. 24 bodyguards line up, one for every course about to be served. A noblewoman tastes a bite from each dish before it's even allowed near the queen. Drums and trumpets mark the waiting period, while everyone watches for any sign of illness. Only then does the food move into Elizabeth's private chamber, where she finally chooses what she wants. All of that for every single meal. Because keeping the queen alive isn't just her problem. It's the entire kingdom's problem. Now stay with me, because the most dangerous thing in this story hasn't even shown up yet. By the time dessert arrives, marzipan castles, crystallized fruit, sugar so prized that rotten black teeth become a brag, not an embarrassment. You'd think the danger's over. It's not. It's just been hiding somewhere you weren't looking. On the queen's own face. By the most popular account, Elizabeth achieves that famous porcelain white complexion using a paste built around white liat. Worn for days at a time, touched up daily, it's said to have slowly damaged her skin and hair, and possibly her health overall. Here's where it gets messy. Though some historians argue there's barely any solid evidence she used it at all, and that the story's grown taller with each retelling. Either way, it's the perfect twist for tonight's table. The deadliest thing in the room was never confirmed to be a poisoner. It might have just been vanity. So add it up. The water might kill you. The meat might already be poisoning you before anyone's even tried it. Surviving long enough to reach dessert depends on a ritual elaborate enough to involve 24 bodyguards. And the woman hosting the whole thing may have spent years quietly poisoning herself. So would you have survived Queen Elizabeth I's royal banquet, or would you have just been polite enough to die there? If this kind of dark royal history is your thing, stay close, because next time, we're going inside a different danger, hiding in plain sight at court.